Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We are back for some player props and spreads in the NBA for Saturday, April 10th. A recap from yesterday, and if you're a longtime subscriber, I'm in a different spot. Don't worry about that. I am visiting my parents, but a 5-2 day yesterday. You love to see that. Stephen Curry's over in points. Julius Randle's over in rebounds and assists. Buddy goes out and gets us a triple-double. Jokic is over in 9.5 assists. Gets a triple-double as well. Kemba Walker over in assists. Celtics versus Timberwolves over in points. Great day, 5-2. Let's see if we can do that again, duplicate that for Saturday. If you're feeling lucky and feeling generous, feel free to give Venmo, Cash App, PayPal us at Calling Our Shot for helping you out. That's no big deal. Just click that like and subscribe button. That's what's mean the most to me. So click that subscribe button, and I'm doing a like goal. I never do like goals. Let's see if we can hit 200 likes. We haven't hit that in a couple weeks. I believe in you guys. Click that like button and click that subscribe button if you're new. We come back every single day for some NBA and MLB betting videos. So check out the MLB video posted right after this one. Let's get into today's picks, and let's talk about today's slate. There are 7 games, and 5 of them are double-digit spreads, which you don't love to see. Blowouts have been a common theme this year, and I did a little research, and blowouts are up 1 to 2% on the year compared to last year and the previous years. So you don't love to see the large spreads. And then you got 5 games with double-digit spreads. The 6th one is a 9-point spread. And then you have the Raptors versus Cavaliers, who I don't even have player props for half the teams for the Raptors as I make this video at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That won't stop us degenerates from playing and gambling. Let's get into today's picks. And we're going to start with one that I don't have a pick for, but Chris Boucher. I'm looking at his points versus rebounds. Points and rebounds total. Like I said, I don't have the number, but Boucher went absolutely off on Thursday night. Man had 38 points and 19 rebounds, and I'm willing to take the chance that he continues that against this Cavaliers team without Jared Allen, the Fro, and without Larry Nance Jr. They'll be is JaVale McGee even on the team anymore? You got Kevin Love. We're taking Chris Boucher's over in points versus rebounds. I'll look at the line. I hope it's not too high. Hope it's not too juiced. I'd take it. Hopefully it's not more than 30. I'd love 30. That would be a great line. I think you can easily hit that with ease. Moving on, I don't know if I'll play this next one, but Stephen Curry over 31.5 points. It's hard not to pick on Stephen Curry, and you'll see I got two Warriors props that I will be playing, but Curry hit his over last night. He's hit his over in 5 straight games. And come on, man, the Rockets, they just gave up, is this right? 26 points to Reggie Jackson. No, I won't allow that. I'd consider taking Curry's over. I don't know if I'll play it exactly because, as you'll see when we talk about James Wiseman and Draymond Green in a second, you can abuse this Rockets team in the post and in the paint. And I don't know if they need to use and abuse Stephen Curry tonight. But, I mean, it's worth noting that the last game that they did play, Curry only had 18 points, but Draymond Green had a field day. So consider Stephen Curry's over in 31.5 points. But I got 2 better Warriors props for you. We're going to start with the rookie. The 2nd overall pick, James Wiseman, over 18.5 points and rebounds. Sure, knowing me and knowing our luck, I'll pick Wiseman's props, and then Mr. Steve Kerr will just come out and be like, Wiseman, best I can do is 3 minutes. And, that's just how it be. But Wiseman's been playing pretty well the last 2 games and had really good stat lines. He's combined for 24 and 23 points and rebounds combined. And I think they'll continue to play him with, I believe, Kevon Looney or Eric Pascal is still out. He's still starting at center now. I think they'll continue to play him. Why not develop the rookie and see what he can become? And, oh, did I forget to mention that the Rockets, that's who they're playing. Over the last 15 games, the Rockets have given up over 29 points per game and 18 rebounds per game to opposing centers. Both of those numbers are the 2nd most in the NBA during that time span. Yeah, I'll rock with the Wiseman, the rookie. I'll rock with him tonight, over 18.5 points and rebounds. Speaking of his teammate, another Warrior, Draymond Green, over 15.5 rebounds and assists. I never touched the points line for Draymond, but we're taking his rebounds and assists. The last time they did play, which I believe was March 17th, Draymond put up a triple-double, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. I think he does it again tonight. You got the Rockets. I already told you the stats. They're giving up a lot of rebounds, a lot of points, and that bodes well for Mr. Draymond Green. He'll be able to facilitate this offense. And they're giving up a lot of assists to opposing point guards. And Draymond Green is this team's glorified point guard. We're taking Draymond Green over 15.5 rebounds and assists. Don't think twice about it. This Rockets defense is Swiss cheese. We're taking him and Wiseman as 2 of my best props of the night. Moving on, and this is a sketchy one. Donovan Mitchell, we're taking his under 30.5 points. Sure, proceed with caution. You don't have to tail it. I don't care if you don't tail. As always, be sure to do your research, but Spida's capable of hitting this with ease. Everyone knows that. You've seen his last 2 games. I think he had, 37, maybe 40 points the last 2. But 30.5 points is too dang high for Spida, Donovan Mitchell. He's hit this number in 14 of 45 games. You heard that right, 14 of 45 games. That's less than 30%. Sure, he might be on a hot streak, but you're playing the dang Sacramento Kings. This game could be over within the first 3 minutes of the game. The Kings are absolutely terrible. And I just don't think this is a Spida game, a Donovan Mitchell game, that he has to go absolutely balls to the wall. You've looked at his last 2 games in which he hit this over, and when he went absolutely ballistic. And what made this over so high at 30.5 compared to his season average is that they've been trailing. They've trailed against the Suns. I forget who the other team they were trailing against, but they were trailing. Today, I don't expect them to trail whatsoever. I expect this to be a big, just Jazz shooting fest. It will just be like, hey, Joe Ingles, you want to go get some shooting practice up? Hey, Bojan Bogdanovic, you want to get some shooting practice up? Georges Niang, all of those scrubs. You want some shooting practice? That's what today will be. And you'll see that when we pick the Jazz team total. But Spida, he could hit this, but I'm taking his under 30.5 points. It's too high. It's worth noting over the last 4 games against the Kings, Mitchell has averaged just a hair above 20 points per game, and the most he's ever scored is 24 points per game. We're taking the under. It's a risky pick, but I do what I want. Tail whatever you want. And then the prop that you should look at, I don't know what it will be. Denny Avdia over in rebounds. I do project that Bradley Beal will be out tonight. That's just what I anticipate on the second half of back-to-back. And Avdia, the rookie, has been pretty well without. And this is only in rebounds. I would only do the over in rebounds. He's been doing pretty well, and I would consider giving it a look, maybe checking out his stat lines without Bradley Beal this year. He's been hitting that over in rebounds pretty consistently. So give it a look. Maybe you want to do it. We're going on to some spreads for the day. Thunder. We're taking the team total. No doubt about it. Thunder team total under, I believe it will be 103, 102.5 points. I don't really care what it is. The Thunder are one of the worst teams ever assembled. And that's saying a lot. You know, we picked their under a couple nights ago, and man, after the first quarter, I was like, you got to be kidding me. The Thunder scored 49 points, and I talked about this in maybe yesterday's video. The Thunder scored 49 points in 16 minutes of action. So that means the first quarter scored 38 or 39 points. Then the first 4 minutes of the second quarter scored another 10. They scored 49 points in the first 16 minutes of the game, and I counted my under. I counted my under as an L. And wouldn't you know, the Thunder then combined to score 53 points over the remaining 32 minutes. I think they scored 2 points over like an 8-minute stretch. That's what they are capable of. And this is against a Sixers team that is playing angry. They're just coming off a bad loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. They'll play angry even though Joel Embiid won't be in tonight. They'll put the clamps on this Thunder defense, or on the Thunder offense. Take the Oklahoma City Thunder team under 103, 102, 90 points. I don't really care. Take the under for the Thunder. Moving on to another team total. We're talking about the Utah Jazz. We're taking the total over 120 points. I think that's what it will be around. The over-under set at around 231, if I'm not mistaken. Should be around 120 points. We're taking it against the Kings. You got a Jazz team that averages 117 points a night, and then you're getting a Kings team who's god-awful on defense. They don't even care. They don't have an interest. They're like the Timberwolves. They don't have an interest in playing defense, and like I said, I think it would just be a shooting fest for the Jazz. They'll just put up a trillion threes. I don't expect Spida to be the one shooting all those threes. We'll just pass it over to Mike Conley, Bogdanovic, Ingles, Niang, all of those guys. Maybe Royce O'Neal gets on the show, which would be an absolutely surprise since he doesn't like to score points either. But it's a good matchup. You know, they average 117 a night. You're just bumping it up a couple points with the positive matchup against the Kings. Take the over, no doubt about it. Underdog of the day. We haven't done this in a video. Underdog of the day. We got so many large spreads. One of these teams is losing outright, and this is the one I'm going with. And it might make no sense. I'm picking the Washington Wizards. I think they have a chance at upsetting the Phoenix Suns today. It makes no sense. Maybe Russell Westbrook has another magic trick up his sleeve. I'm picking them. I think whether or not you want to tail or put any money on that, I don't know. But I think, you know, we saw the Suns lose to the goddamn Orlando Magic a couple nights ago. Absolutely not. Even though they're second in the Western Conference, this is a game that they could just easily throw away. We're taking the Washington Wizards to cover. I do not have a parlay of the day, but I would parlay any of those picks. My favorite ones, if anyone asks, I would take the Thunder team total under. I would take Donovan Mitchell's under, and then either of those two Warriors props, the Wiseman over in points and rebounds, and Draymond Green over rebounds and assists. The rest of the plays we got, you know, we're talking about Chris Boucher's over in points and rebounds, and then we also talked about Steph Curry's over in points, as well as the Utah Jazz over in points as well, team total for points. I don't want to trust on the Sacramento Kings to make shots. We just rely on the Utah Jazz team total over in points. That will recap the day. Thank you guys all so much for the support. If you made it this far in the video, consider clicking the like and subscribe button. Really, really helps us out. The channel grow. Shout out to you guys. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.